I'm Jeff Davis, head of J. Davis Public Relations and regional editor for the Capital Communicator, and I'm honored to be speaking with Brian Schneider, co-founder and CEO at Unconquered. Citybiz is kicking off this series of conversations with leaders in communications, and we're glad to have you. Welcome to Citybiz, Brian. Let's talk about Unconquered. Tell us a little bit about the services you offer and the markets you serve.
Sure. Thanks so much for having me, Jeff. So we co-founded Unconquered back in 2017. We're a full-service agency working mainly with consumer brands in the on strategy, creative development, concepting, and we mainly work with brands that are in the sports, apparel, and lifestyle business.
We've seen a lot of changes in the creative world recently. What trends are you seeing?
Sure. We're seeing a lot of brands just taking a stand. Stands, when you're taking a stand on an issue, it can't be co-opted, right? It has to be authentic. And consumers want companies to stand for something. And recently though, I would say that's the long term, but in the short term, we've really seen some data showing customers becoming more price sensitive. So as inflation's increased, it's really just a balancing act. But that kind of leads us into content being king. The last few years, has really shown a shift in perceptions and how people consume content across all platforms, from short form to podcasts to longer form branded content. We just found that if the audience is engaged in the content, regardless of the platform, it helps drive business results.
You're big believers in the importance of brand storytelling. Why is that, and what makes your approach to emotional storytelling unique for your clients?
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. We are big believers in the power of storytelling and just a mode of advertising in general. For us, we believe it's a powerful force. We believe it's one of the best tools that you can use to create real business results. Ultimately, people remember with their heart, not their head. According to the Harvard Business School, 95% of purchases and decision-making takes place in the subconscious. So really getting to that spot in a consumer's brain where they fully remember you, even if they don't think they do. And you see it, with brands like Nike and Dove and Honest Co. That have truly harnessed this power over the years to build their brands. And what makes it different for us is we really bring the thinking, concepting, and making together in equal measure. So moving at the speed of whatever is necessary for a client, our canvas is wide and ambitious just in that way. So whereas other, I would say maybe creative agencies would keep it all siloed, we put it all together at the same time in a cross-functional way.
In your opinion, what has been the most memorable campaign your team has launched for a client?
The work we did with Brian Lacrosse last year, I'm personally very proud of that work. We took a 100-year-old multi-sport brand in Brian and helped turn it into a female-only lacrosse brand, and the only one in the space actually at the moment. And so what went into that was really getting to know the lacrosse community very deeply through focus groups and consumer research, to really dig in and find that story that was uniquely Brian. And ultimately that work, that we launched on International Women's Day, was a pretty full-featured campaign with an AR filter to a brand video to print ads, and had a great response. And so what that really we've seen has helped us lead to other work in the space. So currently right now we're working with an esports company to figure out their brand and positioning as well. And, looking forward to debuting that in the fall.
You're a member of 1% for the Planet. Tell us about 1% and what role sustainability plays in your agency's culture.
Yeah, sustainability has been at the core of our agency since the founding. Our background is a little unique as agency founders. My partner and I are coming from the production directorial. Before starting the agency, actually had worked both as a strategist, a commercial director, and went to school for computer science. So our backgrounds are a lot different than I would say other maybe agency founders. And for us, what we wanted to do is when we came together to start Unconquered, we wanted to create a business that was socially responsible and really could have a positive impact on the communities that we were working in. So we started donating 1% for the planet. But as we've grown the team, we found other ways to give back. And my business partner, Jonathan, hosts a podcast called Conquer the Noise. It's, after interviewing 40 business leaders, really found that sustainability building it into as a part of the model is where you're going to be most successful, as opposed to bolting on in a siloed fashion. So what we've tried to do throughout is take a little looks at our business and how we can improve over time, whether it's green sets, where we have water bottle, no single-use plastic, to making sure that we're being responsible in the community.
As we all know, attracting and keeping talent is among the major challenges in the creative business today. How are you addressing that, and what kind of culture have you built at Unconquered?
Yeah, keeping and attracting talent in this market is definitely a challenge. But ultimately, in creative agencies, people are the best asset. We've been a remote agency from day one, partially due because we don't think it matters where people are working from, and we didn't want Unconquered to be limited from a talents pool to a physical city. So it's given us access to talent across the country, and for us, what that's allowed us to focus on is just creating a culture that's more empathetic and focused on the people itself that are working with us. People can use their real world experiences to create work that matters to them, and in turn, it helps develop great creativity for our teams and clients. For us, what we've also tried to do is, ultimately, people want to feel supported and contribute to something that they feel is positive. So benefit-wise, we focus on creating a wide mix of 401k matched, unlimited PTO, along with like wellness and continued learning stipends to really help develop people fully.
Thanks for speaking with us today, Brian. How can our viewers get in touch with you?
Yeah, so our viewers can find us at we are unconquered.co. And we are Unconquered on most social platforms. You also can find Conquer the Noise wherever you get your podcasts, and it's focused on sustainable businesses and business building from a sustainable perspective.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you, everyone, for watching our interview.